Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're plunging into something that's definitely on a lot of people's minds. It really gets to the core of how we think and learn.
Absolutely. The big question is, what is artificial intelligence actually doing to our brains?
Exactly. And we're digging into well, pretty recent and frankly thought-provoking study from MIT's Media Lab. It was reported June 18th, 2025 by Andrew R. Chow.
And the title alone gives you a jolt, doesn't it? ChatGPT may be eroding critical thinking skills.
It really does. So our mission today is to unpack this. We want to pull out the key insights, look at how they did the research, the pretty startling findings, and what it all might mean for us, for our cognitive skills and learning down the road. Okay, let's get into it.
Yeah, what's really interesting here is just how directly they went after this question, the cognitive impact of AI.
Right.
The researchers at MIT's Media Lab, led by Natalia Kosmina, they specifically set out to investigate AI's effect on critical thinking. They got 54 subjects, ages 18 to 39, from the Boston area, and carefully split them into three groups.
So three groups. How are they different? What were they asked to do?
Good question. So one group got OpenAI's ChatGPT to use. Another group used standard Google search.
The classic way.
Exactly. And then, importantly, there was a control group using no tools at all, just their brains.
Okay.
And all three groups had the same task. Write several 20-minute SAT essays, things like, the ethics of philanthropy, standardized prompts.
And while they were writing, their brain activity was being tracked using EEG.
Yep. Across 32 different regions, they were really looking under the hood, so to speak.
So what did they find, especially for those using ChatGPT? You said the findings were startling.
They were pretty concerning for the ChatGPT group. Consistently, this group showed the lowest level of brain engagement.
Lowest across the board.
Yeah, underperforming neurally, linguistically, even behaviorally.
Wow. And did their behavior, like how they used the tool, did that change during the study?
It did. And maybe not surprisingly, they tended to get, lazier over time.
Lazier how?
More reliant on just copying and pasting. And it showed in the output. The English teachers who graded the essays, they called them soulless.
Soulless. Oof.
Yeah, lacking original ideas, using extremely similar phrasing, almost like, one machine wrote them all.
That's chilling. And there was something about memory, too, right, that seemed really crucial.
Absolutely crucial. When they later asked these ChatGPT users to rewrite an essay without the tool, they remembered very little of what they'd supposedly written. Their brain scans showed weaker alpha and theta waves.
Which are linked to memory.
Exactly, linked to deep memory processes. Kosmina, the lead researcher, put it bluntly, you basically didn't integrate any of it into your memory networks.
So if you're not processing it, you're not really learning it. Is that the takeaway?
That seems to be the implication. It raises huge questions about deep learning versus surface-level task completion.
Okay, so that's the ChatGPT group. But what about the others? Did anyone, not show this decline? What about the brain